We all know that my favorite franchise is the Evil Dead franchise, and you guys know that I love Ash vs. Evil Dead so much. That show was done so dirty, and I think it might be mainly because of stars, because I think, and truly, I do think, maybe if they weren't on stars, they would have had another season. But then again, if they weren't on stars, they wouldn't have been able to do so much gore. So, it's a good and a bad. Anyways, since Bruce is retired from Ash, or supposedly, go watch my video, who's gonna take his place? Like who's gonna do it? Well, an article from Screen Rant answers that question. And the answer to that question is Ash's daughter, Brandy. That's right, Ash has a daughter named Brandy. So let's just read the article. Evil Dead 6 needs to come up with a new Deadite-slaying anti-hero to replace Ash Williams, and the franchise already introduced the perfect replacement half a decade ago. So, it does mention that, Bruce is retired from, from playing Ash, but he would only come back if Sam directed it. I guess he's got a big man crush on him or whatever. So when Evil Dead 6 gets made, basically like another, like after Evil Dead Rise or whatever, basically, it'll need to come up with a new character to anchor the series. In its past few installments, the Evil Dead franchise has become an anthology series tackling new characters and storylines in each movie, but it'll eventually resume its unified continuity. The next Evil Dead director could try to come up with a brand new character to replace Ash, but that would be extremely risky, especially since the franchise already introduced the best candidate for Ash's replacement 5 years ago, which is his daughter Brandy. The perfect replacement for Ash in the Evil Dead franchise would be his long-lost daughter, Brandy, that was introduced in Season 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. The character was played by Ariel Carver O'Neill. She's clever, a well-to-do high school senior whose life is turned upside down when the demons that terrorize her dad find their way to Brandy and kill her mother. Brandy's mother's death is a great motivation to turn Brandy into a cold-blooded Deadite killer. She wants to vanquish the demons to avenge her mom. Not only is Brandy a lovable, intriguing character who stood out from the rest of the crowded ensemble of the Ash vs. Evil Dead show, and would be a joy to see on the big screen, she would also help continue the franchise's focus on strong female leads. This focus on female protagonists has been seen in the last two Evil Dead films, with Mia Allen in the reboot and Beth in the recent movie Evil Dead Rise. If Brandy stars in Evil Dead 6, she could join this pantheon of badass Deadite slaying women. And before we keep going, this hypothetically makes sense because the last time we saw previously on Ash vs. Evil Dead, Ash got sent into the future. So technically Ash isn't with us right now, but I don't know how long it would have been since, because hold on a minute, Ash vs. Evil Dead, just gonna have to go see when the last season was. Hold on a minute. So, wow, they ended on my birthday. Son of a bitch. Anyways, the final season of Ash vs. Evil Dead aired on my birthday in 2018, and the recent Evil Dead movie came out in 2023. So, a couple years since then. I figured Ash would be back by now at least. Continuity-wise, like, Ash will be back by now. But yeah, I mean, let's just say hypothetically he isn't back yet. And we still got, Kelly, Pablo, and Brandy, because, so this could hypothetically make sense. There are a few different ways to bring Brandy into Evil Dead 6. Ash could mysteriously, okay, stupid. This one's stupid. Ash could mysteriously go missing and Brandy go searching for him. Obviously, she wouldn't do it by herself, though, because if Ash went missing, Brandy would go with Kelly and Pablo, who are Ash's friends in the Ash vs. Evil Dead show and part of his Deadite-slaying team. She could come into possession of one of the three Necronomicons, sending her on another violent adventure to kill some demons. Also, probably a bit inaccurate considering that Ash already has the Necronomicon, and Mia Allen and Beth technically have the other two Necronomicons. I mentioned this in so many Evil Dead videos, but for those of you who don't know, there were three Necronomicons in Army of Darkness. Ash has one of them, and Mia Allen and Beth have the other two. We see the second one in the reboot, and then we see Beth with the one that has teeth in the Evil Dead Rise. So this already doesn't make sense, so this won't work. This will not work either. Brandy and her friends could go up to one of the cabins from the movies to investigate, Blair Witch style, and end up inevitably awakening the demons inside. So that won't work either, because Brandy's friends are technically dead. Anyways, the sky's limit for a Brandy-centric Evil Dead 6, and that's it. Well, I hate to be the, person to be the, oh, this won't work thing, but this, all these things that Scream Rant suggested they just won't work, because, like, it has to be canon to Ash vs. Evil Dead. I cannot stress this enough. Brandy's from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Ash vs. Evil Dead technically takes place, like, not before the reboot, because the reboot came out in 2013 and the show came out in 2015. So, I don't know, man. I just know that Brandy might be in Evil Dead 6. That is always a possibility. But we all saw my video about Bruce supposedly now retiring from Ash, so we could see Ash as well. However it may be, what I really hope to see is an animated Evil Dead thing, because our next video is talking about the prequel comics that they made for Evil Dead. So hypothetically, we could get that. Whatever Sam Raimi is thinking of while he's, I don't know, having sex with Bruce Campbell.